Hey guys, Mickey Flanagan, Scottsdale, Arizona. Just wanted to make a quick update on Bonds for the Win. First of all, just wanted to give a huge shout out to the parents and the concerned patriots that stood up on behalf of the children in the United States. It just, and abroad and in Canada and others. You guys are amazing. I am in awe at how hard you worked. You all formed groups and teams. You supported each other. You're very creative with how you served. I know it's scary, and it's not easy to stand up against an authority figure that has misused their authority, but you did it. I mean, in some cases we saw even kids getting involved and being willing to speak up at the podium and willing to serve their papers. And there's just nothing more empowering than showing our kids how to stand up to what's right and wrong. I also just wanted to say, you guys, that we had huge wins. You got to remember, this is a chess game. And when you make a move, the opponent isn't going to tell you, ooh, good move. You know what I mean? They're not going to tell you, oh, you just took a piece off the board. You know what I mean? They're just going to make a move, a counter move, right? And so this is an ongoing game. You gotta have to choose to take this as the long road path. It's not a quick, easy, fast win. But what we did see is that over 11 states backed down on mask mandates as a result of parents either suing because they were not following due process, and or parents standing up and pulling their bonds and the liability policies and serving them a letter of intent. So now we literally have seen almost all 50 states have now backed down on mask mandates, except for Hawaii. We need to help Hawaii out. But holy cow, guys, great move. I mean, that's a huge win. That's just under 50 million children now liberated. And now they're saying that they're pulling the masks off, the requirements off airplanes and in airlines and airports. How amazing. I mean, I can't take credit for any of this. This is all you. This is just we, the people, standing up to authority, something we probably should have always done, but we had never, I guess, maybe been forced to, or maybe we always maybe felt like we had a decent relationship with our government, but not anymore. Now it's time to really look under the hood. And what you did is you pulled back the curtain on the wizard. So by asking them for their oath of office and by asking them for their bond, you're asking them to get in check with we the people, right? We created government, we control government. If you step out of line, we have every right to audit you. And the insurance companies actually, I didn't tell everyone this, but one of the main reasons the insurance companies have been blocking the claims is because they are very adamant. They don't cover criminal policy. They don't cover criminal activities. So the insurance companies, we found some letters that they had sent to the various school districts saying, we're not covering you for your crimes. Are you crazy? No way are we going to cover you for breaking the law. And so I think it really put a lot of people on check. A lot of the, I'll just call them men in black, or the Agent Smiths, the people that are really asleep, that were working as, public servants, but not realizing that they were actually taking orders from the corporation, not from us, not from we the people. So so this has been really a very strong stance that you guys have taken, and now you're building up a case file on them. And I think they really turned on each other. I think in many cases when you served them, the board, maybe if it consisted of 5 to 7 people, they'd look at each other and go, I'm not taking the fall for you. I didn't know we were breaking all these laws. You know what I mean? And when they put it like this isn't good. We are practicing medicine without a license. We are recommending an experimental treatment. We are you're telling us to do this? No way. And they turned on their own corporate bylaws, and that's all they are. They are all working for corporations. So I just want to make that really clear to you guys right now. What we found out through this process is that these are corporations posing as government. These are not government. And if these elected officials aren't willing to pledge allegiance to us, they're not our elected officials, period. There's a severe difference between the Constitution and corporate bylaws. And we do not consent to their corporate fiction, their legal de facto system. De facto means not fact, means not real. So when they were enforcing rules, they didn't have the authority to enforce those rules. And now they're realizing that. So I think that for the future, what we've also done is we've set a standard. You guys have set a standard for your your public servants to say, no, we want you to be de jure. Some people, so de jure means truth, true, true to us, true to we the people. And in order to be considered de jure, or maybe even bond certified, whatever words you want to use, in order to be de jure, you have to follow these certain criteria. You have to prove that you have a surety bond to us, we the people, because what we found, a lot of these people currently today, they're bonded, but they're bonded to each other. So like the person who's the obligee is the treasurer. And so the only person that can file a claim against the public servant is the treasurer. Well, how does that help us? That's just fraud. That was just something we should take responsibility for, because we weren't asking for it before. We weren't holding them accountable, but we are now, right? So don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't blame us because you're trying to file a claim or because you found out there's some fraud. You got to look at that as like, okay, now we know what you're up to, and now they know we know, right? So we've illuminated the situation. Now what are we going to do with it? We're going to take authority. Well, that's what we have to do, is we the people take authority over our public servants. They are servants to us. So if we're not going to take authority, they're just going to keep bullying us, period. So because they're like pirates. Let's just say it like it is, okay? These are all corporations. There is a corporation at the state level, and there's multiple with private books, multiple sets of books hidden from us in the private, right? So then you have the counties, which are subsidiaries of the state, and they're corporations. So, and then you got the cities, which are subsidiaries to the county, and they're all walking in lockstep. Every single city, every city council had an opportunity to say, no, we are not locking down these businesses. We are not shutting down and declaring and decreeing who is essential during the crisis, right? They all had an option, and none of them, not a single city in the whole entire United States actually backed their local business. Instead, they just all followed along with the corporate de facto mandates, which are not fact. De facto means not fact, means fake. And so these mandates, that it's like saying that Jack in the Box can come tell you that you have to shut down your business. Who are you, dude? You're Jack from Jack in the Box. You don't have any authority over me and my business. So number one, you've pulled back the wizard on the curtain. You've identified that many of these people were falsely bonded, meaning they didn't carry a surety to we the people. So if a new elected official wants to be de jure, they have to be bond certified, as in we can see that you currently carry a surety to the people, meaning if we ever want to file a claim, we can, right? The second one is that they have to uphold the Constitution no matter what. The Constitution is the law of the land, and especially the sheriffs. They have to protect we the people first and foremost over any kind of corporate takeover or mandate. Right. So those are the types of things. Oh, and they have to sign an oath. The de jure future elected officials or public servants have to sign an oath to we the people, not to the corporation, to we the people. And that's us dictating. Remember, we create a government, we declare and decree government. Okay, so these are just pirates, and they're not even just pirates. They're literally de facto corporations that are foreign. They are founded. They may be doing business in your county or city or state, but their corporation was established in like Washington, D.C. So they're actually foreign invaders in Washington, D.C. As you guys know, the 10 square miles are foreign territory. So this is a big deal. They not only infiltrated our government, but they infiltrated all of our courts. And it's maritime court, total trickery. These people are pirates. The judges are bankers. They are not judges. They do not care at all about your rights, unless you know your rights going in and you know who you are going in. Because if you go in as a citizen, you've already accepted, or a citizen, and or if you go in as your straw man, then because they can only do business in the courts with other corporations. So the judge can only talk to you if he's talking to your straw man, and that you're there to represent your straw man, or a lawyer is going to represent your straw man. If you walk in as a living man or woman, they have no authority over you, but you have to know your stuff. You got to know your stuff. So remember, this is a pirate takeover. We are dealing with pirates. They are going to steal and loot as long as they can until we stop them. And they're going to run away with our money for as long as they can until we stop them or until we audit them. And that's just the way it goes. That's what's happened. We let it go for too long, and now we got to take control. We got to just take back the reins. And that's exactly what you guys did. So we can see that there's a win in the fact that now we have a higher standard for elected officials. They're now going to be de jure, right? We also now can see what was going on with the bonding. So now we know what to look for and what to expect. We can see what went on with the oaths of office. So now we can demand higher standards. So this is all really good. We didn't, just because we're on a pause does not mean we lost. About 2 months ago, though, I did ask God and my angels, I was kind of like, all right, so I don't want to lead anyone to a field without water. What's the next step? And God kind of said, don't worry, you'll be able to step aside pretty soon because I'm going to send in the wrecking balls. And I was like, all right, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch the wrecking balls. And sure enough, man, they're forming like armies all over the country. These are lawful experts who have been studying law, common law, law of nature, and the land, air, water jurisdiction, and they know how to play their cards so well. They're 30-year veterans of this stuff. Many of them have been in many court cases. They've got huge wins. So I can already tell you that people are coming out of the woodwork to help us as we the people stand up under the consent of the governed and expect more out of these public servants. So I'm excited about where this is going. I can't tell you where it's going because I don't even know. And that's the cool thing about it, is that's how God works. He moves us each on the board as we need to be moved. So I know you might be feeling anticipation, or you might be frustrated that the insurance company dropped your claim or something like that. Don't worry. You're on the right track. Just let a few other pieces move on the board. And then I gotta let you know when it's your time. So just for those of you who are getting discouraged, please don't be discouraged. You guys are exactly at the right place at the right time, witnessing history. You are being activated to change the world. When have we ever seen anyone do this before? I mean, this group in, Washington that I interviewed, they're one of my videos below, Emily and Brianna from Washington, who literally pulled 60,000 plus people together to write affidavits and serve Governor Inslee and friends. It's just incredible. When have we ever seen anything like that? So anyway, guys, I really don't want anyone to get discouraged. I think you should just enjoy the movie because that's what's playing out. Enjoy the kabuki theater because that's what these people are a part of. These pirates are acting and posing as government, but they are not government. They are corporations trying to force us into their corporate bylaws, and it's not going to happen anymore because we, the people, are over it. We see through all their lies, and it's all lies, and it's all fraud vitiated on fraud. So as far as like where people are going next, I just want to kind of give an idea of what I'm seeing happen. This is pretty incredible. So now that they realize that they were participating in kabuki theater, meaning none of these corporations were actually chartered under a republic the way that they were supposed to be, people are realizing that they should start forming assemblies and or faith-based organizations to come together in townships. This was always the way it was meant to be. You come together in a township, you get to know the people in your village, and that way you have a doctor that you can take your child to right now when you know it's not safe to take them to the hospital. That way you have a support system and a group of peace officers rising who are ready to protect you in the event that you do need to make a call in the middle of the night or that you're concerned about your family's safety. There are groups that are forming grand juries now in the New Republic, and there are Title III common law courts popping up. People are starting to realize that even the notaries have to be bonded, and they're supposed to act as magistrates. More on that coming. But there are people also starting to form private member associations, meaning that they take their company into the private so that no one can come and impose any rules or bylaws on them or force them to shut down their businesses, without their consent. Let's see. So what else? Yeah, so I think it's really awesome to start joining those initiatives. There's one that I really liked called the Renegade Nation. You can check them out at therenegadenation.org. And then there was another one that I really liked, Sheriff Joshua James in New Mexico. He runs assembly meetings twice a week. Just trying to pull that up really quick here. Should have this open for you guys. Really quick, 1 second here. And you can find their website at www.americas-assembly.com, and go ahead and watch the video on their homepage. It's really good. I like these guys. They are helping people walk into state nationalism. I do actually think that it's beneficial to learn everything you can about that. I'm definitely getting mixed reviews on if it's necessary or not to change your status on record, but that is something that I can tell you, the people I really respect in this movement, they do feel pretty firmly that you should take the steps to do it. However, I've definitely not heard great things about Anna von Wright. Sorry. I don't like outing anybody, but definitely would probably steer clear from giving anyone your birth certificate and or any of your personal information. So if you come into an assembly where they're asking you for personal information, I would run. Okay. All right. So I think that's everything I wanted to share with you guys today. I'm so proud of you again. I'm so grateful to bear witness to what God is doing. And it is such a beautiful shift to see people taking back the power. I just want to also make kind of a statement about that. Trump said that he was going to bring power back to the people. And through Russell J. Gould, and that whole process where he sort of captured the flag, I do strongly believe that Trump is currently our 19th president of the Republic, but he doesn't have jurisdiction, land, air, water jurisdiction over our territory. We have to claim our territory. We have to understand what land jurisdiction is and how they stole it from us. These are pirates. They're after our land. They are after our all of our belongings, our assets. They're after everything. So until we stand up to them, until we see what they were doing, we can't fix it. And so we're on the right track. I can see this happening in multiple states, and I'm looking forward to continuing to give you guys updates on where we're headed. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. Love and light. We'll talk again soon. All right.